Welcome, everybody, to the Streakers On Podcast Live Edition. I timed that song out to perfection that time.
I'm very sorry, but you're echoing pretty good.
So are you, Dan.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have the echo edition on, everyone. Hello.
Why is this?
Little Sir Echo, how do you do? Hello.
Hold on, everyone. We're going to work on fixing this.
Hello.
But anyways, it is I, the self-proclaimed sports analyst,
It is, yes.
joined by a stellar panel yet again with Mr. More for Your Money,
Woo!
Lane Dash and Dashko, and Key Smith.
You guys didn't hear your last knock. You guys don't know. In backstage, we were making knocking on heaven's door. Renditions. Last one I said I got muted, and it was Key Smith's Eskies are sleeping on the couch tonight.
Oh. Yeah, I was surprised.
Why don't we jump right into that one, since that is, and please, if someone in the comments, I think the echo has been eliminated. If
I don't hear it too bad right now.
Yeah, I think
it's sounding better now. Live streaming. For some reason, Dan, you turned off your echo canceller in StreamYard.
I don't know how he did that.
You did it with your magical fingers, but not your feet. Don't show us your feet. But
$20 is $20. If someone wants to, donate
anyways,
$20.
Enough about that, and let's talk football. Yeah. I hate to say this, Key, especially with you on the panel. I think Edmonton got sent to reality tonight. Yeah. I really thought they would play better than what they did. I think their offensive line is atrocious, and I don't care who is the quarterback in Edmonton. Until they fix that offensive line, this team can't win football games. Cody Fajardo was running for his dear life this entire game.
Oh, I know. We were talking about that the whole game.
It's been a problem all year, but Calgary only rushed 3 to 4 all night. It's not like they were sending exotic blitzes. No. And if you can get through with 3 consistently, that's a problem. So I really think it was Cody Fajardo was second in rushing of 44 yards, only 4 yards behind Justin Rankin. So I'm going to throw in, since Dan mentioned this before we went on the air, and I think he's ludicrous, but I'm turning it into a gas or ass.
I can't believe me of all people are saying this, but here I go. Next game against Calgary. We're only, 5 days away. Do you start Trey Ford?
Ass, but at this point, I'd rather, at this point, you start a fire hydrant. I'm still going to be just as happy with my guys. With how we played tonight, start a fire hydrant at this point. I don't care.
I'm actually saying gas, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like Cody Fajardo has played very well. And I feel like if he made the game close, I'm not saying, keep him in until he loses, because that's not fair. But the game was not even close. Come on.
Well,
Dan, you cannot blame Fajardo for that.
He looked like Fajardo, Saskatchewan there.
Okay, but Dan, hold on. The bad Fajardo.
Terrible.
The bad Fajardo that you're freaking out about. I have way too many tabs open, so let me find it. The bad Fajardo, here we go. Still went 21 for 33, 255, 0 interceptions.
It's pretty good.
Very cute.
That is good.
Dan,
how many touchdowns?
Number one, you're not as cute as I am, Mr. Moore.
How many touchdowns?
0.
How many wins?
Well,
they went on your goals. He's 3-3 as a starter.
Okay, so
he's 3-3 as a starter. Trey Ford was what, 1-5?
Yeah, the other games that Cody Fajardo lost, they were close in the game. This game
was your starter until this season's a write-off, and right now it is not a write-off.
He looked like he lost.
You were expected to lose to Calgary. You were expected to play better, but you were expected to lose.
Yeah.
So for Calgary, I mean, Vernon Adams Jr. didn't really even have to do anything. 13 for 23, 162 and a touchdown. Dedrick Mills, 17 carries, 106 yards.
I'll just be honest, what a terrible game.
It was the worst game out of the three.
Oh my gosh. If that was your first CFL game, you would never watch it again. It was just terrible.
No, it's typical NFL game. Nothing happened.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah. But it's like, wow.
But no, I think for Edmonton, this is a bit of a reality check and potentially two key players down, and Niles Morgan and Jake Ceresna. And that's a big concern.
A reality check to an extent, yeah. We need to change our offensive line. We need to get him educated, but it's not like it's a reality check in the sense that this is going to be every game.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Like the whole entire next season or anything like that.
No, that's not what I'm saying whatsoever. Okay. Even in myself, I put Edmonton at 3 and Calgary at 1 in my power rankings. And this did not look like a 1 versus 3. Like Calgary at the line just dominated. I think if
Edmonton Hamilton game looked that way.
I think I don't think Lane's thinking Hamilton's a top tier team. We'll get into that in a little bit. But I think for Edmonton, you clean up that offensive line, you have a shot. Because I actually think defensively you played okay. Like you didn't really let VA do much of anything. Now, mind you, Calgary didn't try to push the ball down once they got a lead. But defensively, I thought you played pretty well. And even this game it kind of just got out of hand because every time Edmonton just kept going out there, Fajardo's running for his dear life, and then they're punting the ball. Now, maybe Dunbar's back next week. Maybe this is a completely different situation, too, because I said it before. I don't think Edmonton's receiving core has the depth that other teams do because they spend all the money on defense. Now, I thought the defense overall looked pretty decent. But that defensive line has got to do a better job at putting pressure on VA. Because without that pressure, it would be a struggle. But some bright sides for Edmonton. Fajardo's worst game is still 255 and a good completion percentage.
Nice.
Arkell Smith had his best game of the year with 81 yards. So maybe, Fajardo and Smith started to get into a groove. Gittins, when he got hurt, came back, so he's okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a big loss.
And you know what? I feel your defense did a pretty good job. Like, I thought Royce Meche had a really nice game for them.
He did.
I just want to see more pressure put on the quarterback. And I mean, Jake Julian certainly looked like the punter from last year. A long punt of 64 yards, like averaging 51.3 yards per punt. And Vincent Blanchard did recover nicely from missing the chip shot field goal by hitting a 52-yarder later in the game, his first one over 50 in the CFL. So congratulations to Vincent.
Yeah, that was good.
Always impressive to see. So, I don't think when I'm saying it's a wake-up call, I don't think it's a wash, but I think Edmonton felt they could come in and compete with Calgary, and I think they got to work harder to do it. That's
I still think it's a perfect opportunity to give Trey Full to borrow ball again. What's the point of starting Cody Fajardo back-to-back against the same team when he lost that battery?
So by that theory, then, Dan, theory, Chad Kelly should not have started in the playoffs last year because the year before he completely choked against Montreal.
That's a whole bloody year, Blow. It's just 5 days.
Hey, how's it going, David? And you know what? Don't worry. We shower. We might be devils. Maybe Hampton Devils. But how's it going, Dave? Good friend of mine from the Loyalist days.
Oh, nice.
College days.
Fun days.
So we're not done talking about this game at all, but I want to do a funny gas or ass regarding this game.
Let's go.
I am inches away from being your first panelist to cry on air, so I need to cheer up here.
Let's go a little bit of gas or ass.
Waldo goes to every Labor Day. They took way too long to find him.
What?
I don't even
Dan, you can't tell me you haven't seen Waldo at every Labor Day game. He's always there.
Did you not see Waldo this year, Dan?
Like the book?
Yeah.
Dude, he was at the game.
I saw the
And they found him at like 3 minutes left in the fourth.
big fat guy, the Everton van. What was his name? Indiana Jones, dude.
No.
That's what they called him on air. I don't know.
Oh,
I felt bad saying. I was the
Yes,
TSA
the
called
book,
him.
Where's Waldo? He showed up, but they didn't find him until like 4 minutes left in the fourth.
Wow. Okay. Fooled me too, as I was watching it at that time. I didn't even see him.
And
Oh, so what?
by the way,
I have a thing for Lane. I bet you Waldo was really John Cena in disguise, and that's why no one saw him.
Maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
And absolutely, Dave. We used to kick my butt in Battlefield, by the way, but it was always a good time.
Oh, Chug Chug, I want Chug Chug with you.
No, that's Fortnite, Dad.
What's the difference?
Everything. Oh.
Victory Royale.
But before we move on to the our thoughts from, because I think we have more to talk about in the.
Well, what was the gas and ass?
That they
That is
took too long
Waldo.
to find Waldo.
Oh, it took way too long. Gas, because I didn't even see the dude. What do you guys think?
Man.
I'd say yes. Isn't that the whole point of him hiding?
Oh!
It's not called There's Waldo.
What do you
There he
think, Jacob?
is.
I'm going with Lane.
Oh!
They
It's
should
not
have a-
There's Waldo. It's Where's Waldo.
But they should have a book. Where's John Cena? And you're just like, I don't. He's not
Do you know
even
where
in the
John
book.
Cena is? He'll be right back.
Isn't he in a movie?
He's in.
Yeah, he's been in a few movies.
No, I know, but I mean like currently, like a movie is currently playing somewhere.
I don't think so. No, he's wrestling right now.
But
it's a movie of advertising.
you're on.
Maybe he
you're
is. I
on
don't know,
some sort
sure.
of substance more for.
No, I'm not on painkillers yet. Even though I'm in excruciating pain, I'm still here live on the show.
I'm
But
in
let's-
excruciating pain.
Let's
My
get
toe,
right in-
bro. It says Popo is Barney.
no one wants to see your feet, Dan. But let's get into our. And then again, as soon as I said Dan's feet, we did go up a viewer, so maybe they do. But let's go into
$20 is $20.
our
Let's go.
player of the game. I am going to start this off for the player of the game, and I think I will be going off the board. And I'm
Which
going
game?
Jacob Roberts from the Calgary
No.
Stampeders. 9 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble. That is a big, big game from the first year guy in the CFL who admitted when he came here, he just couldn't get over how huge the field was. So I'm going Jacob Roberts. I personally thought he was incredible in this one for Calgary. But Lane, who is your player of the game?
Well, I know they lost. I'm still going to say Cody Fajardo. I think even though in a losing effort, I still think
He battled.
yeah, he battled, right? He showed a lot of, he showed that he wanted to win. He put up a lot of passing yards. He tried his hardest out there, and it's like you mentioned how hard it is to get past us offensive line and how he's scrambling around. He still put over 200 passing yards, so I got to give him some credit, man.
Cody Fajardo did have a combined of over 300 yards today.
That's insane.
Really? Wow.
So, I mean, or just under, sorry, at 299.
I mean, I know they got their butts kicked, but still.
And this game was close for a while, but Key, who is your player of the game from this one?
I am going on a axe to grind pick on this. I have an axe to grind about this game, so truly my player of the game is Wiley for getting a little wild up when he got a call against him.
Good pick.
And Mr. Moore for?
I got a pick and an honorable mention.
Well,
The pick. I'm going to say Mills from Calgary. I really thought this was going to be a big battle between the running backs with Mills and Lincoln, and Mills definitely won. Lincoln was almost invisible. I hate to say that. But the honorable mentions, the game was so boring. I don't know I can't say person. I don't know the animal's name, but the horse for the Calgary that runs with the flag every time Calgary scores a touchdown. You got to give that horse a lot of credit, bro.
Whiskey for my man.
Beer for my
horses.
Like, seriously, like, it's hot out there. There's almost people yelling, and Calgary kept going touchdown, and Horse won every time the flag. Boom, 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 boom.
No, the funniest was for that was last week, Toronto, BC. The flag runners for the Argos looked exhausted.
Yeah, that's
And the Argos put up over 50. The last touchdown, they're like, ah, ah, ah. They looked exhausted.
Well, cheers, look tired at the end.
But let's take a look at the props in this one and see how everyone did. Cody Fajardo did not hit 269 passing yards. Justin Rankin did not hit 100 rushing yards. Alford did not have 75 receiving yards. And Vernon Adams Jr. did not have 2 passing touchdowns. So if you said yes to everything,
I did.
You didn't do well.
No.
You said yes to everything, Dan?
Yeah.
Didn't you also say more? Didn't you also say yes for yes or less?
Yes.
Which the yes or less for this game was set. Drum roll, please. To oh my gosh, where is it? I lost my place. You got it wrong. I know that. So I think it was around 51.
Yeah. What was the score? Like 42?
Not even.
Yeah, not even like 35.
But Mr. Calculator needs to get recalibrated. But I will say, I think the game of actually going to say the game of the weekend.
Oh yeah,
happened earlier today, and that's no disrespect.
Not mind weekend game of the year, bro.
And that's nothing against the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Game of the year
on Sunday. I thought that game was phenomenal, but the Toronto Argonauts versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats. This game had everything, including a last-second field goal off a play that doesn't even look like it's going to be a Hail Mary. Nick Arbuckle just bombs it to Dejan Brissett. Lane's probably throwing his TV remote across the room at that point. But I'm curious here, and I am going to have a gas ask for this one. I think Lane and I are on the same.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay, so Chris, you're saying the clock was wrong. Look, man, I'm sorry.
Oh.
It wasn't. There was a second left on the clock. It was clear as day. Taking as long as he did was stupid to get it out of bounds. Clock was right.
To add to Chris's point, I think that no one's talking about this, but I've watched it a few times on the replay. I think the clock was accurate when Brissett jumped out of bounds. However, I think the clock was wrong when Lauer caught the touchdown. Because when Lauer was down with the ball, it said 20 seconds, but it ended at 18.
Remember, Dan, so the TV clock isn't the actual game clock. There's always going to be a second or two delay from that.
I understand that, but then even when the play we started, it was still at 18 seconds. So we said at 20 seconds.
So if anything, then Toronto should have had 2 more seconds by your theory, so that didn't affect the outcome whatsoever.
I know they affect the outcome, but I'm just adding at Chris's point. I think the clock was a little off all game, to be honest.
Chris, thank you very much for your comment. And please, if you have video evidence or anything, I'm not saying you have to have video evidence. I'm not Judge Judy. But from what I could see, and they used the engraved clock in from the actual play on the replay, it looked on time to me. But
it looked on time.
I want to go to gas or ass for something very weird, but I think Lane and I are on the same wavelength. The Hamilton Ticats lost that game as soon as they started celebrating with 18 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
Gas or ass?
Gas. 100%.
I'm saying gas too because I just don't think they look ready. Dan? And Key?
I'm gonna say ass. That's just too much of a jinx, and that's jinxes as much as we want to believe they're real, they're hoaxes, really. I don't think it had anything to do with the crowd.
No, I'm not saying the crowd. I'm saying when they went all off the field, Bo Levi Mitchell celebrating, taking off his equipment, yelling that this game's over. Everyone on the bench was yelling it's over. Milanovic took off his headset with 18 seconds on the clock in Canadian football.
Okay, well, I can change my answer, but I'm still not gonna. I'm not gonna blame Bo alone because that's my guy.
No, I think it's a Hamilton issue in general with this team this year. There was another time against Edmonton where Mitchell's yelling, was there any doubt? Was there any doubt? And if it wasn't for Julian Grant drop in the end zone, they would have lost. I think this has been an issue with the Ticats this season. I think they're a little too cocky at times. This is not me saying they're a bad team, by the way. If anyone's a bad team, I would fight you tooth for nail, and I don't even like them. But I would fight you on it because I'm like, no, Hamilton is still the best team in the East, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
But Lane, you look perplexed by that comment.
Oh, I was just going to say, oh, okay. I guess I won't answer.
All right, so, okay then. Because I was going to say, I was sitting on my couch at about, I think it was 3:30, and I was watching this game between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Cincinnati Reds, and I watched the Blue Jays choke a 2-run lead in the 9th inning, and I was sitting there on my couch thinking, there cannot be a more pathetic, embarrassing loss to a franchise today. And then the Ticats said, well, hey, hold my flippin' beer. Because I am sick and tired of this franchise. I don't care about 1999. I don't care if it's 1989. I don't care if it's 2002. This franchise is embarrassing. What the hell are you doing? So going, woo! Woo! 18 seconds! Austin Nuggets! Woo! Play the damn game! Stop going, woo! Look at my arm! I'm gonna... No! Play the game! Finish the game! Then celebrate. Then go to whatever bar you want to go to and say, you beat the Argos. But play the game! Play the game! Sick and tired of it! I'm sick and tired of it! I'm sick and tired of it!
I think this is forced of the Mitch Marner trade.
But you know what, though? If I was in Lane's shoes,
I feel his pain, though. I truly feel his pain.
And Lane is a Ticat fan, everyone. He loves the Ticats.
But
yeah, I am an Eskies fan, but I'm not feeling that way right now.
I wanted to say, though, I do agree with Jacob's comment. So I guess that's a gasp. But however, when I was watching the game live, I honestly thought Argos lost the game. I was so angry. I'm like, these idiots lost again.
And by the way,
I was literally crying at the end of the game.
What did I say?
Funny enough, you and Lane both said it in the group chat because you won't watch the group chat live, but I did. And Lane's like, oh, Ticats lost. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, what do you mean they lost? They got the lead of 18 seconds left. And Lane put that in before Hamilton got the lead. So I was so confused about the whole last minute of that game. Was very confusing moment of my life, to be honest. I was crying at the end of it.
I just had a gut feeling Toronto was going to find a way to win this one.
Like, what is this? Come on!
No, but Lane, I actually do agree with you. Hamilton, they own it. Basically, this, I feel you feel like the way the Buffalo Bills fans do against the Chiefs when they had a lead with like, what, 12 seconds left and they blew it?
Oh, it's crazy.
And I mean, I get that was for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but let's be honest, Labor Day weekend is the game. Right now, Toronto feels like they're right back in the hunt.
Oh, for
and I'm
sure.
not just saying that as an Argo fan. I feel the Toronto Argos are right back in the hunt of potentially winning enough games to get back into the playoffs. I'm going to say this too. I think the East is wide open. Toronto is 4 points behind Hamilton, and they are 2 points behind Montreal.
Especially
they play both of these teams one more time. This is wide open right now. And I will say, though, what a game. Both quarterbacks hitting explosive plays. I thought Smith had the game of his life at 171 yards. Kenny Lawler, I think, is a little banged up and still had over 100. Bo Levi Mitchell over 400 yards.
I don't care.
But, Lane, I do agree with you. At the end of the day, it's not enough when your defense just collapses like that.
I got a gas or ass. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm
unhinged. I told you, boys. I told you guys. I'm unhinged today. So you want unhinged Lane? You're getting Mitch Marner unhinged Lane today. I'm telling you, unhinged Lane. I got a gas or ass, baby. Gas or ass? The 6 wins was cute, but the season for the Hamilton Ticats is over. Every game they win because of some last play. Everything comes down to the last second, and they're not getting away with it anymore. They couldn't beat Mr. Clipboard Nathan Work. They can only offer 7 or 9 points against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And even in this game, when they had it in their fingertips, they're over there celebrating like they bought the Fortnite Battle Pass, and they didn't even put their credit card in. So this season's over, and by the time October is, they're going to be last. They're going to be in last place, and the Argos are going to go to first. Gas or ass? I think they're switching positions. It's over. It's over.
Okay, Lane, I'm gonna call little Taylor Swift here and say you need to calm down. I love the passion, though. By the way, Dashko, I love the passion. I'm gonna say ass just because I do feel Hamilton is a good football club, and you're saying they're winning a lot of games last minute. But that's what the CFL is. The CFL is about last-minute comebacks. Look at Saskatchewan. They almost blew that game against Winnipeg. Now, mind you, I get the defense made the one big play when they needed it. Hamilton just couldn't do it. But I would say, for me, it's ass just because I think when you win 6, it was like what you said to me about the Blue Jays. Then turns out it looks like I might be right about the Blue Jays in the first place.
You are.
Ticats went on this huge winning streak. Dan, go on all you want. They're playing terrible. But
the 20 games over 500 still.
I don't care.
Nobody cares.
The Ticats went on this great winning streak. But Lane, to your point, there was a lot of games that they were winning, but we're not playing the best football.
No, and it's frustrating because okay, I'll calm down a little bit, but man, it's just come on.
Okay. I have a 2-part.
I'll calm down, but seriously.
Dan, you need to answer. No 2-part. Answer the question.
Ass. The reason why I say ass is because I agree with you, Lane, the 6 wins were cute.
They were.
However, I still think on team and on the field, this is a very good team. And I think they're playing with a half-ass effort at the moment. I feel like they got to play with full effort. Like Jacob is a witness to this. As a great granddaddy, this happened in real life. He walked into a small town home hardware, and the sales clerk asked him if he was interested in a half-ass toilet suite. And he's like, "What, is that for my half-ass friends?" And he's like, "Oh, I give it to you half off." And I feel like that's kind of sums up Hamilton's season. I think when they play the full effort of the full toilet seat, they're incredible.
But they don't play.
This to get a little cocky, and they give a half-ass effort, even if 18 seconds left, it blows up.
But what I think the concern for Hamilton is too, as much as I don't completely agree with you, Lane, I think a big concern is their defense has not looked good of late. They allowed 41 points to BC. They allowed 35 to Toronto and 29 to the Rough Riders. And before that, they allowed 24 to the Elks in the game that easily could have been lost if Julian Grant doesn't drop the ball there. That's a frustrating thing for Edmonton, too. They had that game, potentially. But, Lane, I love the passion. But I do look at Hamilton's schedule coming up, and luckily for them, they have Montreal that doesn't have a quarterback. They have Winnipeg, who only seems to get up and play the Riders. And then they have Edmonton again, and then they have Winnipeg again. So it is a favorable schedule in theory. Now,
you got to finish the games.
You got to win. In theory, it was a favorable matchup for them to beat Toronto. I think they were the favorite by 10.5 points going into this game.
Wow.
So,
I'm sorry that I'm heated, but come on, you got to give me.
No, it's awesome.
Maybe I'm being
you just need an air conditioner. It's okay.
What do you think, Key?
I think gas. I think Montreal. I think Montreal has. I think Lane's right about the last few seconds, and I think of every game, and I think Montreal has a non-quarterback that has something scary up his sleeve, and I just
look. I'm not on TSN because I'm too passionate. But come on, you gotta finish your games. I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if it's junior B lacrosse. I don't care if it's ping pong. I don't care if it's volleyball. I don't care if it's field hockey. I don't care if it's darts. I don't care if it's bowling. I don't care if it's badminton and you're facing Jacob. You gotta finish your games. You have to.
Technique.
The fans can do whatever the fans can stand there and celebrate and jump up and down and give each other high fives and say, look at the ice in his veins. That's acceptable. They're the fans drinking the beers, enjoying the game. They paid the money. But you as an athlete have to sit there and say, look, there's 18 seconds left. All we have
in the CFL, that's still plenty of time.
That's at least 3 or 4 plays.
That's 3 plays, easy.
At least. If not even more. You can maybe get a 4th one if you make a quick play.
By the way, quickly about badminton, the Canadian women did win bronze today for the first time in the National Badminton Championship. So congratulations to them. I played badminton at one point, got a concussion. Dan likes to let everyone know that I got a concussion, so I figured before he tries to embarrass me, I'm going to beat him to it and embarrass myself.
But you guys see what I'm coming from? Like, you
I absolutely do, because if you remember, I said the same thing when they barely beat Edmonton, and I'm like, look, this team's just too cocky. Mm-hmm. Then when Levi Mitchell yelling to the camera, is there any doubt with over a minute left in the game? I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of doubt. Edmonton's a good club. And the game against the Lions, maybe if Tim White is a little more focused and doesn't fumble the ball in overtime, maybe you win that one. Then the Riders, they didn't look prepared. And now against the Argos this week, it was a game where you were leading going into the 4th quarter. The Argos going into this game, the Argos had not won a game when trailing going into the 4th quarter. The Argos were 0-6 in games decided in the final 3 minutes. All the defense and special teams had to do, you let Herschlow run it to almost a 50. You kick it away from Grant, and Herschlow still gets a big return. No Coxie, no Daniels. Polk playing his first game in the CFL since November. And you let Dejan Brissett, which no disrespect, I love Dejan Brissett. I think he's a great guy. But you let Dejan Brissett pull a Kenny Lawler, Dominic Coxie type catch over 2 defenders. And then never mind that, you don't even tackle him.
Yeah, that's the thing was more impressive to me.
I think Milanovic needs to, I'm just going to say it,
the practice for the
Ticats this week better be the practice from hell. I think they need to be doing, I won't use the term that they're called because that can get us blocked on it, but when you're just running back and forth from line to line to line to line to line for like hours. That's what I think I would be doing with this team. Be like, look, you don't deserve this until you're going to get this every week in practice until we snap this losing streak.
Because here's the thing, and this is the thing that really actually made me even more frustrated, was I'm reading on Twitter and people go, well, it's only frustrating because it's the Argos and it's the Labor Day Classic. I'm sorry. I don't care what week it is. I don't care if it's week 2. I don't care. No, it's exactly. And it doesn't matter. Like, I hate it. It's the Argos because Jacob and Dan are going to rub it in. That's 1999 for the rest of my life, and I'll never let it down. But that's not why I'm upset. I'm not upset because they lost to the Argos on Labor Day. I'm upset because there was 18 seconds left. I cannot get over my head that all you had to do was go make one play on the field, 1 or 2 plays on the field.
We're Bills fans. We get it.
50,000 disrespect, yeah.
He doesn't listen to Drake, Dan.
Oh, don't blow it. He does listen to Drake. He would have got it eventually.
Key, do you listen to Drake?
No.
I don't.
He's gangster. He's cool.
I don't know what it is. Like, why? Like, I just
he's so much better than Kendrick. He's got bigger feet.
I'm not gonna lie.
No more feet. Enough with the foot fetish, Dan. But when we look at the standings after Labor Day here,
I'm impressed with Nick Arbuckle.
The East is very interesting right now because the Argos, they have played one more game than Montreal and Hamilton, and one of these teams will win a game next week unless they somehow tie each other from both just not playing football. I don't know. But you're looking here, you have a 4-point spread between 1st and 3rd, and even Toronto now is only 2 points behind the BC Lions for the crossover spot, and they play BC in a couple weeks. So in the East, it's neck and neck. The West is where, in my opinion, I think Calgary is starting to really pull away, to at least for second. I think we know Saskatchewan and Calgary, one of these teams will finish 1st, one of these teams will finish 2nd. The big question now is which one gets 1st and who gets 3rd between Winnipeg, BC, and call me crazy, I'm still leaving Edmonton in this mix. I still think the Elks, yes, I think this game was a tough one for them. I am not writing off their whole season over one game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Canadian Football League, and if you can go on a run, you have a shot. So I still think Edmonton has a chance. I think putting in Trey Ford when Cody Fajardo was brought life into this team would be completely idiotic. I think this is Cody Fajardo's team.
Was against the same team in 5 days.
I don't care. I think
this is the same game.
No, it's not. It's completely different strategies going into that. But all I'm saying is now when we look at those standings there, for the most part, they're pretty open. Like, it would take some miracle for Saskatchewan or Calgary to not make the playoffs. They basically have to fall apart, or VA or Harris have to have some season-ending injury, which hopefully that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the East, it's really anyone's game between who's going to get first, second, and who's going to get third, whether it's a crossover or not. I really think the East is wide open.
There's going to be a crossover 100%.
With Hamilton struggles of late defensively, they've been really bad. Funny enough, Hamilton's only 2-3 at home. You're kind of looking, and it's just going to be like, can Hamilton right the ship? Can Montreal
I don't think
maybe not start James Morgan? Was considering it's going to be 2 weeks with the bye, and now this week to go to Cameron Dukes or Shea Patterson if MBT, Evans, or Alexander are not ready to go, and just put in a guy that at least has some CFL experience. And for Toronto, if this defense and special teams can just hold good enough, this offense is absolutely rolling with a running game that's actually working, and Nick Arbuckle basically trying to prove a point that he wants to be the starter next year and moving forward for the Toronto Argonauts. But it is now time from this game to go over our player of the game. And Mr. Moore, for your money, you're up.
Oh boy. Player of the game. Well, this is tough one. There's so many great players.
Figure it out. This isn't good TV.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm kidding. Think of someone.
I'm going to say the running back for Toronto,
Brown.
Yeah, I know the obvious answer are different players, but I wanted to try to go off the board a little bit. I think you look at how Brown got 90 plus yards and Bell only got 23 yards. I think that was a huge difference maker of this game.
Well, and as Dan said that, we have Spencer Brown, 10 carries, 90 yards, averaging 9 yards per carry and a long of 27. And through the air, 9 receptions, 64 yards, 57 yards after contact, and a long of 16. I will let Lane go next. I'll go last this time. Lane, who is your player of the game? I'm assuming it's going to be everyone on Hamilton.
Definitely not. The guy who you have to remind me, the guy who cut the ball at the end, because
Dejon Brissett.
Gotta give him some credit. That was a credible catch, and
he was almost the dope of the game, but he turned out to be the pog.
The fact that he actually realized I got to get out of bounds and not keep that extra step, because if he took that extra step, they might have lost. So, got to give it.
And if we had lost that way, I think I would have thrown something. But Key, who is your player?
Jacob would have been coming on like me.
Yes.
After the game Edmonton played, I'm sorry, Lane, but I need to put myself first here. I'm going with Bo. These are what dreams.
Yeah, have a good game. He really did.
So he threw two amazing darts in the beginning. I know he didn't show up the rest of that half, but he was Bo in the second half.
I'm sure he was.
And putting up records and stuff. They said something that he tied a record for another.
Who cares about records?
Tied 400-yard games. Went 27 for 37.
Exactly. How could you not?
5 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
No, but Jacob, how could you not be impressed by that?
I am impressed.
I'm not
I think him and the whole leadership group needs to be.
If Mitch Marner did this in the playoffs, Jacob, and they lose in the 7th game, and Mitch Marner puts up 6 goals, and he gets 8 pirouettes and lets in shoots on his own net, Jacob would come on here and say, "Who cares about the 6 goals?"
Well, playoff games different than regular season,
but nobody cares about when Matthews does 60 goals for the Leafs, and then they go and lose in the second round. Nobody cares when Kawhi Leonard wins the does this shot and then they don't make it. Like, nobody cares unless you win. They
True.
haven't won. We have to. You keep going on about holding teams to standards. Holding teams to standards. If the Leafs did this, you would react like this. If this team, if the Jays did this,
You're
you
right.
react like this. So you got to hold it to the standard. I don't care about these personal records. I don't care if they had 400 yards. I don't care if you had 800 yards. I don't care if you had 1,200
Remind
yards.
you when he is a Ticats
They
fan.
lost.
So I
I
am
don't
shocked
care.
that nobody took him, so I will. Nick Arbuckle.
Well, that's what I was willing to say. But that was the
33
obvious
for 40,
answer.
352 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and on top of that, he also ran the short yardage group.
Yeah, he played.
Truthfully, because I was debating. I'm like, oh, I'm sure someone will take Arbuckle, someone will take Brown. I'll take Mackay Polk because I thought Mackay Polk had a phenomenal game for his first game back in the CFL. But you have to give it to Nick Arbuckle because Arbuckle went out with 12 seconds left by the time he's getting on the field after the kickoff.
Oh, wait, it's Labor Day. That's why it's fireworks. Okay.
And he went, yes, Dan. Nope, nobody's getting shot. But he went out looking at cool as a cucumber. And he just threw a dart that got them the victory. So
even when he won,
I want
he
to
was
also
cool
point
as a
out Nick
cucumber.
Arbuckle has thrown for over 780 yards in the last 2 games and has a combined 7 touchdowns over the last 2
Nick Arbuckle's
games.
impressive, and I'm sorry, Chad Kelly, you're done. You're done as a starter in Toronto.
I think so too. I think Nick
It's-
Arbuckle.
It's
I'm
You
going
still
to say this. If the Argos can put together a respectable record, Nick Arbuckle will be in the conversation for MOP.
he still might be.
Like, you look
He
right
still
now.
might be.
You look right now. And
I love Nick Arbuckle.
let's actually go to these quarterbacks.
Buckle up!
Nick Arbuckle now has thrown 3,823 yards, 23 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, efficiency rating of 107.6.
Wow.
Like right now, besides of the interception ratio and Bo Levi Mitchell with another pick tonight's up to 6, Mitchell has 1 more touchdown pass than Arbuckle, but he's got, mind you, in 1 less game, but almost about 300 yards less passing. So you're looking; these guys are neck and neck for the top quarterbacks in the Canadian Football League right now,
That's crazy.
and they both put on a show. Like there's no.
Great dude too.
You can't deny numbers. You can't erase numbers and say Bo didn't have a good game. He did.
Bo had
I
a
don't
great
think that's
game.
what Lane is saying. I think Lane is just saying at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter if Bo Levi
still think he had a great game.
1,000 yards in that game. If they lost, then they lost. And that was the same thing everyone was saying. You know what? And in all fairness, it was the same thing I said about Nick Arbuckle when they lost to Montreal off the fumble. I'm like, at the end of the day, Nick Arbuckle did not do enough. So
Okay, so Bo doesn't own the monopoly of not enough.
I'm not saying. Am I blaming Bo Levi Mitchell for this game? No, I'm not. I think at the end of the day, it's on the defense and the special teams. Even though special teams did get a block punt that turned this entire game around. Because truthfully, the way the first half was going, I actually thought Toronto could have had a 3-score lead going into the break.
Mhm.
But you look at this, and Bo Levi Mitchell did find a way in that second half to, especially in that third quarter, he ripped the secondary apart. His final drive of the game, he ripped the Argos secondary apart. But I just think with him, and it's not just him, it's the entire team, the over celebrating when there's still 18 seconds left is what I didn't like. But I also understand football players have a cockiness and a swagger, but I'm going to say it. I don't like it when I see players on my teams doing it either. I didn't particularly like when Chad Kelly's yelling up, we put 50 on the Lions when he's not even playing and going on podcasts saying he can be in the NFL when he right now, he's not even a starter on his own team if he's healthy. So I don't like it on either side. Dan, roll your eyes all you want. If Chad Kelly is healthy for next week and you start Nick Arbuckle and you start Chad Kelly instead, I might not even watch the game.
Yeah,
That's a
for sure.
mistake.
Because Nick Arbuckle is not even the best team, a quarterback on that team. He might be the best quarterback in the league right now with what he is doing. And you compare it even to this weekend, in my opinion, you had all the quarterbacks going head to head this weekend, besides of Nathan Rourke. You had Bo Levi Mitchell, Nick Arbuckle, Trevor Harris, Zach Caleros, Vernon Adams Jr., and Cody Fajardo. And I mean, even an off night for Cody Fajardo was still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And Zach Collaros, I thought last game played absolutely incredible. I thought it was his best game of the year.
I said it would be.
No. But I look at this, though, this weekend really did show that there's a lot of talented quarterbacks in this league.
100%.
But yeah, I actually would put Nick Arbuckle in the MLB. I'm starting to put him up there.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to at this point.
He's turning that Argos team around, whether you like it or not.
But I think it's time to make Lane upset again, and let's talk a little Blue Jays.
Oh no! I just my blood pressure just came down.
Well, Lane, I'm not your doctor.
jack it back up.
No,
then I will say this for the Blue Jays: Schneider is an idiot.
Yes.
Yesterday, Jeff Hoffman's my closer. I love Jeff Hoffman. If I had a daughter, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, I'd let her marry him. I love Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman is a better man than me. Blah, 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 blah. They're going in for a save situation. I'm not going to play Jeff Hoffman. And
Why?
It's be the excuse, oh, well, it's because he pitched a couple days in a row and his arm's really tired. I don't care. The way this team can find ways to blow games is mind-boggling. And I think the most frustrating thing about it all is the offense goes out in the ninth and gets them back in it.
This is like the same.
Gets them back in it. They go into the ninth and put up 3 runs to get this game to a lead. Then what do? Out of all the pitchers they could go to,
Tommy Nance,
who also pitched yesterday and pitched the day before. So that logic.
Why not Hoffman at that point?
Because I think
they put in Nance and then Little.
Oh,
that was the
one. Terrible. Okay, Nance has been playing pretty well. He's only up in this game. He'd only allowed 1 earned run.
Yeah, he's been playing very well.
They should have just. But here's what I don't understand of this whole argument. Okay, even if you didn't want to play Hoffman, okay, that's fine. I can get it. He's had some bad games. You know, he's not feeling himself. He got into a 4-run game. You're just trying to get his confidence back. I can kind of understand that a little bit. But why didn't you just leave Yariel Rodriguez in? It's not like he's a bum.
Yeah.
He literally gave up 1 hit in 2 innings. He had 3 strikeouts. Just leave the guy in. He's cruising.
Now, is that because he'd already pitched 2 innings? Like, is he not a guy
I don't
that knows to go for
care.
an inning?
They're by 2 runs. You don't have a closer right now. You don't have a guy you can go to. Just leave the guy who's cruising. He only gave up 2 hits. He had 3 strikeouts. I was watching the 7th, 8th, and he was going up there, boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. I'm like, just leave the guy in. I've seen this guy pitch 4 innings. In a normal game, I've seen him go out there for 4 or 5 innings. Just leave the guy in.
Figure we'll just go back to this comment again. Poor sports complain.
Come on,
No, Celine, I'm gonna agree with you. Why
I'm
not?
trying not to be unhinged, but I've had to watch the 2 most frustrating games I think I've ever seen in my life.
So, Lane, but I'm gonna counter you here. Why not leave Rodriguez in, and then let's say the first batter comes up and it's not good, then pull him.
Yeah, like have
a guy warmed up, ready to go, which I think should have been Hoffman. If you're gonna insist he's your closer, then use him as your closer.
A big mistake was not playing Hoffman, and Hoffman's been doing it all year.
No, but personally, do I think Hoffman should be the closer right now? No, I don't. But he's all you have. So,
I think Hoffman's been one of the top closers in the league all year. I know he had a bad week.
They need to bring up. Oh my gosh, I forget his name. Dan Gray was bringing up another guy who's talking about. I think it was not Yuskevich, but something like that. And then there's either him or Alec Manoah. You got to bring someone up into the bullpen. They did move Eric Lawler. I keep wanting to call him Lawler, like Kenny Lawler.
They did call up their AAA closer.
Well, then maybe you got to give him a shot.
I don't know if he was there today, but I know he's been called up.
But at the end of the day now, the Jays, I'm going to say it.
The division lead's gone.
They're in trouble.
Oh, it's gone.
Because you now have the Yankees breathing right behind you. They're only 2.5 games back. The Red Sox are only 2.5 games back. And you played both these teams this month, and you're not playing well.
No,
if you don't win the division and you got to go on the wild card, this is time for probably our final gas or ass of the night, as we'll be wrapping up very shortly. gas their ass. If the Jays blow it and get eliminated in the playoffs early, Schneider's job is done.
100%. I think it's gas.
Gas.
I think it's gas. I've seen people. People have argued with me that Schneider's job is safe because of the year this team has had.
No,
I don't care about June if in August and September and October you play like poop. And right now, August you played like poop. September has started out like poop. I don't even like poop. Dan loves talking about his poops. I don't.
Oh, poopy's my favorite part of the day, bro.
But Dan and me had I wouldn't say a bad argument. We had a little bit of a disagreement in our group chat. Because I think it's, and this could just be a bad day for sports talk with Lane. Maybe I should have just slept today and not waking up and made a trade like a groundhog day. But come on, you can't tell me that at this point the division lead's not as good as gone. This bullpen cannot pitch to say that they could be up 40 runs, and I still think they would lose.
Do what, Lane? I'll just wake you up when September ends.
Can you? Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night.
But
I'm gonna say I'm between Dan and Lane in a beautiful sandwich.
Is September over yet?
I wish.
I think the Jays
bud.
still have a chance to win the division.
Oh yeah,
but it's becoming less and less likely by the day. The way they are playing. I will say this: if they lose to series to the Yankees coming up, they will not win the division. That is the series now because. You know what? You didn't sweep anyone in August. You lost series to teams you should have beat. You're not doing anything against Cincinnati. Now, mind you can still come back and win this series. But it's going to come down to that series against the Yankees or later in the month, the series against the Red Sox. I think you got to win both of those series to win the division. If you lose one of those series, you will not win the division. And that's where we're at right now when we're looking at the standings because the Yankees are red hot. They've won 7 of their last 10. The Red Sox are red hot. They've won 7 of their last 10. The Blue Jays are colder than the ice cream cake that I need to finish from my birthday that's still in the freezer. So I'm very, very concerned. And Schneider might want to download Indeed on his phone.
Oh,
maybe he can become a barista.
I just don't know what they're going to do. This bullpen's unplayable. It's unplayable.
Well, okay, so then riddle me.
If he becomes broke, I want to buy his watch. He's got a nice watch.
Me this.
I don't know riddles.
Should the Jays just start running 2 starters a game?
I think they have to have no choice.
Let's say Bieber starts, plays 6. Max Scherzer plays 4.
I've been wanting them to do that all year.
Bassett plays 6. Barrios plays 4. The next game, Gosman plays 6. Lawler plays 4. You have 6 starting pitchers. You bring up Alek Manoah so you can throw him in that mix, or maybe he can get you 3 innings. Do you need to do that until at least temporarily?
Yeah,
I think so. Because right now this is not working.
No, this bullpen is gassed. They're too tired.
This bullpen is
they're ass and they're gassed. They can't get outs. They can't do anything productive. And they're throwing games left, right, and center. Because there's no way you're telling me they should have lost today. This is just as bad as what the Ticats did, if not worse.
I think the Ticats did what was worse because they had to lead a
I agree with that too. But Labor Day means so much. To the Jays, this is just a wig game. And
you're gonna say that when game 162 and they're fighting and they're gonna have to play for a wild card, you're gonna say that was just a game. I disagree.
I disagree with you as well, Dan. I think right now every game's a do or die with where you're at in the standings.
Yeah, but Labor Day is the game for the CFL season.
It does, yeah, but at the end of the day, 2 points are 2 points. That's why I don't get when people are like, it's worse because Hamilton lost to Toronto. No, it's worse because you lost.
Well, I think it is worse because they lost to Toronto. I mean, Hamilton has
it hurts more the ego, but the standings, it doesn't make a big difference whether it's Toronto or Montreal.
I get that, but at the same time, Hamilton has won the Labor Day Classic so many times over. It's crazy. Toronto has a disadvantage because they're in Hamilton. By the way, they broke a record today of the most people ever at the former Donut Box, aka Tim Hortons Stadium. So
Was it now the stale donut box?
The stale donut box. That's what I'll call it. Stale donut box. I like
It's the 25,000 tier Fountain Stadium.
No, there was probably at least 300 Argo fans there, so they were all happy.
Yeah, but they were like 26,000 fans there, which they've never hit. I think it was 25,693, about 25,700, and they never hit that high of a number before in history, not even for a Grey Cup. So the fact that
No, that's incorrect. They have hit that for the Grey Cup.
That's
the highest they've
never
had
hit the
for a
Bravo
Labor Day game in Tim Hortons Field.
Yeah,
Stadium, they actually had 33,000 before.
Oh my gosh! Okay, well that's what I meant to say. I apologize for my incorrect math, but you can hear a pin drop when Halalahu kicked that field goal 1 second left.
But I do want to give a quick shout out to CFL fans fight cancer. This is updated from Connor, one of the incredible gentlemen who went on the adventurous walk, and they raised $1,157.29 over the last few days. So congratulations.
Plus, they raised $5,000 of online donations.
Yeah, sorry. So the $1,157.27, that's what they raised by their walk in the bucket. And then they also raised $5,000 in total. So congratulations to them and the CFL Fights Cancer. I thought it was great too. They got a shout out on TSN just to spread the word, because everybody's heard about the bird, but the better word here is CFL Fans Fight Cancer. And remember, if you are looking to donate, just scan the QR code right there on your screen. Where is it, Dan?
Right in front of us.
On your screen. Where is it, Lane?
On your screen, baby.
Where is it, Key?
Right on your screen.
See how easy it is? It is so easy, even Dan can find it. That's how easy it is. So make sure you scan the QR code if you're able to donate. And if you can't donate, just share cflfightscancer.com/donates website. So maybe someone else can. Cancer has affected all of us at some point in our lives. And this is a great cause that they are helping with. Plus, we do know the Terry Fox run is right around the corner. I know all Dan wants to think about is walking after his 40-kilometer journey, but 40-plus kilometer journey, I should say. But, I mean, this is a time to remember to try to help out when you can. But I think it's time that we call it a night here on the island. We still have a pre-recorded show.
I was going to go to bed.
Lane is not. Lane, I guess Lane's going to go to bed. Dan's going to go to bed. Maybe you might have another hour of my luscious voice.
I just want to wake up and be like, "Oh, that was a dream. It was all a dream.
October.
It was all a terrible, terrible dream."
But I do want to say thank you for watching. And we will be right back tomorrow for our pre-recorded show. If you record it tonight, it airs tomorrow. Dan wrecked the illusion. You're fired. But thank you very much for watching. I'm the South Plains Sports Analyst, joined by Key, More for Your Money, and Lane Dashing Dashco. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the flip side.
Bye-bye.